Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the KPMG booth at Vivatech. Today we'll be talking about how virtual world extend and improve the real world. What an exciting topic. I'm Xavier Nifle, audit partner at KPMG Paris, specialized in the tech industry, in particular in the software and IT services ecosystem. And I'm also leading the innovation and digital transformation at KPMG France for the audit practice. With me today, I'm pleased to welcome and share this keynote with Frédéric Vacher, innovation leader at Dassault Systèmes and also founder of the 3D Experience Lab at Dassault Systèmes. Frédéric.
Good morning, Xavier.
Good morning. Frédéric, Dassault Systèmes is a leading software company specialized in focusing on the human industry experiences. What does that mean exactly?
It means that everything is around you are completely virtualized on our solutions on platforms. From design, engineering, simulation, production. So the car you took this morning, or the metro, the plane, the TV set or your iPhone, or the table and chairs, everything is first virtualized to be then produced in 11 industries, in 140 countries. So we serve most of the world industry in all those segments.
Frédéric, virtualization can not only address industry challenges, but also achieve a more sustainable future.
That's true, because up to now, so we are 40 years old, so we are in the digital world since 40 years. And at the beginning, our customers, industrials, were willing to improve their process, improve their performances, their design, their engineering. So they were challenging us to better serve with the virtual world those concerns. And you need to know that 80% of the impact of a product is defined at the engineering phase. So, for instance, for this TV, where you produce, which material you are using, all those decisions that you take at the engineering phase will have a strong impact on the environment all along the life cycle of the product. And now we can simulate these impacts, and this is how we want to help the industry to transform itself, not only on cost, performance, KPIs, but also with in mind the impact KPI, which is very important for our future.
Dassault Systèmes is developing a solution for global leaders. Does that mean that 3DS only address large clients, or how can you help individuals for a better world?
So historically, this is true. We were working with big companies like Boeing, Airbus, Toyota, all those big industrials on a world standpoint. So, but since 10 to 15 years, we are now serving all the small and medium businesses, especially with one of our brands, SolidWorks. And thanks to the cloud, we can now access and connect a wider audience. So first, within those enterprises, we not only serve the engineering department, but now everyone, marketers, financials, executive committees that access the virtual twin to operate their company. But also, we access now very easily startups on the cloud, so that they not only use our software online, but also they access services through Marketplace. They can connect with experts to help them industrialize their product and be successful. We also serve makers. Makers are you or me, you know, the guys during the weekend willing to repair some stuff. So you all know about Fab Labs. You can 3D print now very easily a part. But before 3D printing, you need to design this part. And we have now solutions that are very affordable, like your telephone subscription, so that you can access to everything needed to design your part, the community, the knowledge to do it. And we even go a step further. We access consumer through a platform called Home by Me, so that every one of you, when you are back, you can design your apartment or your house in 3D, furnish the apartment, simulate your kitchen project, and at the end, with AI, you get a magnificent 3D rendering, picture quality, or even if you have a virtual reality headset, you take the headset and you be immersed in your virtual world. So Dassault Systèmes now is covering from the very big industrial up to you as a consumer or you as a patient, because as you know, we are going more and more into the life science industry, and we have innovative projects to serve the patient so that he can simulate a treatment, for instance, before having the real treatment.
We'll go back to the life science industry, but before, could you please let us know what is the next big thing to accelerate the ecological transition and limit the climate change?
That's true that we all need to do something. Our belief at Dassault Systèmes is no one will succeed alone. We really believe in the open innovation and in the collective intelligence. And what we are doing, especially within the 3D Experience Lab, is to identify disruptive startups that are having a strong impact. So we monitor the 17 Sustainable Development Goals to find potential real solutions. And then we work with partners, we work with our clients, industrials. Every one of those players are providing their skills, their know-how, their materials, their machines. So they all bring their contribution so that we can together industrialize and bring to market those solutions. And not only bringing to market the solutions, but to inspire a complete industry. For instance, we have now some great success within the lab. One of the first projects we accelerated was a drone flying with the sun. Only flying with the sun. So a big technical challenge. Obviously, this drone is not for transportation, but for mission. And now it's flying. You put sensors on the drone, and then it's going to do the mission, either monitoring a coast or a frontier or a pipeline, monitoring forest to potentially identify fires and treat them as early as possible. And now it's in operation, and it replaces the usage of a plane or an helicopter. And this drone is just flying with the sun, no pollution, even no noise. So this is the type of project we like. We also accelerate projects to help, a better health. So we can reconstruct organs, patient-specific organs, either to apply simulation to help the surgeon, for instance, to identify the right stent, or to 3D print your organ so that the surgeon can train himself for a complex surgery. So this is the future of what we can bring together for a better planet and for a better living.
Let's now talk about life science. How virtualization is a game changer in this industry.
Exactly. So for a long time, we virtualize products. Very big products like a building or a plane, or very small product like my watch or your phone. All those products are very complex. And now we go at another level. We modelize molecule. So we invested since 10 years very strongly to apply the same innovation spiral from the ID, design, simulation, production, on bringing to market those innovations for a molecule, for a drug, for a vaccine. And now all the big top 20 pharmas are doing drug discovery in the virtual world. They are also doing their clinical trial. So you need to know that most of the COVID vaccines, now you all know those names, like Moderna and BioNTech. They were not known before COVID, but they are now very famous, unfortunately. But they succeeded to accelerate those clinical trials thanks to Dassault Systèmes clouds, to operate patient cohort, to get the data connected through the cloud, to leverage and exploit those data, and to be able to perform those tests in a record time.
Thank you, Frédéric. I suggest now to move to the Q&A session. We want to ask a question to Frédéric.
Thanks, Frédéric. Hello, hello. Thanks for the talk. And in terms of how you're bringing innovators from the edge, you mentioned part of it is for all of us. How do you see people from diverse backgrounds or knowledge areas incorporating into this process and moving science forward? And also, what is your goals and your hopes for the 3D Experience Lab in 5 years? What's the vision?
So for the first question, for us it's very important to bring talents from different fields, domains, so that they see an innovation from different eyes. We really want to look at the world with fresh eyes, and it's very important to empower the collective intelligence from different angles. For instance, we have doctors in our communities, we have scientists, we have material science guys, biotech guys, experts in aeronautics. And all those guys are working together on a community platform in the digital world to challenge, to bring their ideas so that we can really nurture an idea and make it big. This is very important. It breaks silos in our world, especially the industries or the education. Everything is on silos. And as you can notice, now innovations are coming from everywhere, and can disrupt a complete industry in a record time. Remember Apple, they were not in the watch industry, and now they are the biggest watch seller. So this is very important to break silo, and with the digital world, it's something we really can do. What the lab should be in the future is our objective is to empower the world of innovation. So as I said, we are in 140 countries. We have labs as hubs in the different geographies. And as we empower collective intelligence and we operate as an open lab with all the players who wants to help, our really objective is to empower this economy and this community on a global level. So that, currently people are working alone on their own labs. We want to connect those labs and to make sure that we reveal the collective intelligence.
Other question?
Hello. Do you foresee one particular innovation which would have a significant impact in terms of sustainability today? In your innovation labs, do you foresee one or two innovations which would have a particular impact for durability, sustainability?
So, as you understood, we are working on many fronts, from energy, mobility to health. And what we try to do is to find on all those domains the key disruption. So on energy, we are working not only on new energies, but on nuclear fusion. Because if we want to empower the world, we need more than solar and wind. It's our belief. And nuclear fusion is extremely interesting, especially with the latest discoveries from Livermore laboratories end of last year. But for health, as you understood, we reconstruct patient organs in the virtual world. And this is very powerful for a lot of things. And not to replace the surgeon and the doctors, but to assist them, to make sure that they will have the best experience, the best information. Because they are humans. And when us humans, we start working at 8 a.m. to work on patient data or a patient case, we are fresh, everything is fine. But when you are tired at the end of the day, you may not take the case the same way. The value with the virtual world is we treat everyone the same at the same level, and it's really an assistant. So always we talk about artificial intelligence. Obviously, as you understand, we do a lot at Dassault Systèmes since long, generative AI to generate forms, AI for computer vision to help you to detect patterns. All this is here to help human and not to replace. We bring some know-how and knowledge to those guys so that they focus on the value-added information they need to add. We remove, the boring and the repetitive task, and they can really focus on value and innovation.
One more question.
Do you have experience in some use cases like in finance, like the use of virtual worlds in finance? And if yes, which one are the use cases where you see the highest potential?
So there are definitely a lot of use cases. In our world, we work on 11 industries, and they are not at the same level of maturity in regards to the virtual world and digital. So we are here to accompany and to help business transformation. So I would say the most mature are the aeronautics, automotive industries. We have less mature industries, but they are coming back, I would say, like the building and construction. We have a strong partnership with Bouygues, now leveraging the virtual twin for their new projects. But it's quite recent, you know, I think it has been announced 5 or 6 years ago. The life science and healthcare, we have a lot of things to do. We are at the beginning. And for banking, I would say the same. There are a lot of things to do. I think banking is very well using the digital world for transaction optimization. But talking about virtual worlds, talking about bringing new innovations, there are a lot of things to do. As for retail, for instance, on the retail space, people are talking about metaverse, but today metaverse, they are games, you know. And they are not new. By the way, there are a lot of gaming platforms. This is not, I would say, what the customer experience is expecting. What you expect is when you enter a shop to have a real experience with the product in the physical world. And you want to extend this experience in the virtual world to, I don't know, discover new furnitures, for instance, if you are in a furniture store, to understand new configuration, to see if those furnitures are fitting well in your apartment. So you use augmented reality at home, and you need this experience to be fluid and to follow you all along your journey. For instance, we do a lot in kitchen design with all the big players for kitchen. Usually you start at home, your project online, and then you go to the kitchen store, you meet the experts, they will check if your project is right, they will advise you because you are not a professional, and maybe they will bring some new accessories or stuff to complete the project. So thinking about the complete experience, it's what we call the innovation loop, because this experience is looping with the user at the center. And this is the key. And for banking, there are a lot of things to do.
We have time for our last question. Okay, so thank you very much, Frédéric, for your meaningful insights.
Thank you, Xavier.
I think that many of us change our minds on virtual world, and clearly we can conclude that virtual world have a positive impact in the real world. Thank you.
Thank you.